And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gym in the Crypto episode 517. Today is Thursday, December 12th, and I'm King, here to bridge the gap between community and crypto every day, Monday through Friday. And today's top stories: New York Department of Financial Services to update bit licenses terms for the first time in 5 years. Jack Dorsey says Twitter is developing a decentralized standard for social media. China's Bitcoin miners control about 66% of global hash rate. Binance announces partnership with Paxful enabling 167 fiat currencies. And VC firm Andreessen Horowitz announces instructors at Free Crypto School. But first, of course, let's go ahead and look at these prices. Bitcoin is up 0.35% at $7,198. Ethereum's at $144, up 1% basically. Ripple is at 0.219, so just under 22 cents, down 0.69%. Bitcoin Cash is at $206, up 0.41%. Litecoin at $43.40, down 0.09%. EOS is at $2.56, down 0.07%. Both of those percentage swings mean nothing in crypto, of course. And surprising, I just actually want to say this price point out loud because I didn't even realize it. Bitcoin SV is at $92. I still can't believe there is money in Bitcoin SV. There's $92. I haven't been following it, so granted, this could be just like a downward trend since it's been released. But you have to remember that $100, of course, Bitcoin SV forked from Bitcoin Cash. Once Craig Wright and Jahan Wu and of course Roger Ver all got into their arguments. And they kind of proved that all these coins are centralized, but they forked off whatever. And I mean, that market share is a part of the Bcash market share, and that Bcash market share is a part of the Bitcoin market share. So again, just between that $100 there and then the $200, I mean, that's another $300 missing from the price of Bitcoin when you really look at it in that way. But nonetheless, Bitcoin SV is at $92, and Stellar, just might as well cover that. So if we're going to cover Bitcoin SV today, Stellar is at 5 cents, down 1.84%. And again, Stellar is like the little brother of Ripple. So you can kind of follow Ripple's price, and Stellar will follow along usually a bit more aggressively. All right, quick shout outs. What's going on? Tony Nolly, Sergeant Crypto, Alex Daly, Christopher Ladd, Madam Crypto. Sergeant Crypto said people are just going to have to learn the hard way that scammers are going to scam. Hilarious. Yeah, between that, but again, it's good for the market, and I guess that, hey, more people are using it, believe in it. At least they have people behind it. Top story: New York Department of Financial Services to update bit licenses terms for the first time in 5 years. It looks like the New York Department of Financial Services is planning to update its virtual currency license for the first time in nearly 5 years. Now, remember, the first guy who created the bit license, again, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. It doesn't really matter, but he left the New York Department of Financial Services shortly after creating it to go work. I think he either created his own consultation firm or he went to go work for him. He might have started one, but he basically started one where he taught crypto companies how to obtain the bit license, the same one he created, right? And of course, that's why I kind of point out that bias there. That didn't seem right to me. Well, it looks like the authority has now published proposed guidance on adoption or listing of virtual currencies on its website on December 11th, inviting all interested parties and the general public to comment by January 27, 2020. I will highly suggest everyone comment. I'll pull it up now to see what it looks like. Oh, it's going. Okay, never mind. It's actually going to go to your mail, so I don't want to pull that up. I'm about to get myself hacked in here real quick. But it looks like when you pull it up, you can comment. It goes straight to your mailbox. So that's pretty cool. It just worked on my laptop. Yeah, so I invite everybody to go ahead and do that. I'm definitely going to leave a comment. Who knows if they actually read any of them. But the two major listing updates coming, maybe, as they say, are newly proposed guidelines on listing, refer in particular to the bit license. Again, these listing guidelines, let me pull down this first one. The first proposal stipulates that the NYDFS will provide a list of all coins that are allowed for virtual currency business activities without the prior approval by the authority. The second update includes a proposed model framework for coin listings that can be implemented to create a specific coin listing or adoption policy. If approved, such proposal will enable the licensee to self-certify the listing or adoption of new coins in addition to those listed in the first proposal, the regulator noted. I say no to both of these. Like, not only no, but hell no. Like, right now, they're basically trying to create a authority where they're going to tell you which coins are legitimate and not legitimate, and which coins can be listed where by having this licensee. Now, just off the top of my head, knowing how America works and how business works, if you were to do it like this, first of all, bottom line, of course, you have to get along with the good old club as far as, you know, the government, but you will also have to pay a fee. Everybody's going to have to pay a fee on it. This is all money. Before we get into any political stuff, this is just straight capital. This is money. Because I guarantee in order for you to be one of these people who could list coins or can say that this has, to create a specific coin listing or adoption policy, if you're one of these licensees that can self-certify, you're going to have to pay for that self-certification. You're going to have to pay for training. You're going to have to pay for compliance. You're going to have to pay for lawyers. On the flip side, if you're one of the coins that's actually trying to get listed or adopted, you're going to have to pay a fee to do that. You're going to have to pay a fee for lawyers and regulators as well to go ahead and look through all your stuff. So right now, those are 7 different fees from something that doesn't even exist in the space right now that's working perfectly. Like, the coins that people like are being listed. They're getting communities behind them. Sometimes, of course, coins are, doing free ICOs or wherever, or not doing any type of ICOs. They're doing free giveaways and airdrops. All their coins. Decentralized, vault coin is a good example of that. So, of course, it has a lower market share right now, a lower volume because more people don't know about it. But those are the coins that are just building from the grassroots. With this, you're going to have to come from an organization or company to get your coin started. So that's not what cryptocurrency is at all. But of course, the New York Department of Financial Services would be trying to push this because, hey, it's good for the government. It's more money for the government. And you can control every new currency that's created out there. So they definitely don't agree with this. And this is the even crazier part. This isn't just 5 years. They're updating it this aggressively. So this is what I always talk about when we say, no regulation or law in the space, self-regulation, because the government's on a 20-year plan. They're on 50-year plans, on 100-year plans. They don't need to take everything all at once. They're like, well, we can wait. We'll leave notes for the next person to get elected. They're part of the government now. So 5 years ago, it wasn't this aggressive. Now they're looking for it to be this aggressive. And I guarantee you, if this passes in the next 5 to 10 years, expect something even more aggressive that's going to have even more fees attached to it. So that's the direction New York's headed in. Again, this is what pushes innovation out of the space. And these efforts, of course, are all being backed by Wall Street. So everybody's up there, you grease my hand, I grease yours type of deal. But in the end, cryptocurrency is failing in that state because of it. So, yeah, that's right. He started the quote-unquote consulting firm. It's crazy. What's going on, Jizzy Mac? Pangy Smoke. All right, in better news, though, Jack Dorsey is out there saying Twitter is developing a decentralized standard for social media. That is right. Jack Dorsey, the founder and CEO of Twitter and payments operator Square, has revealed that Twitter is funding a dedicated team to develop a decentralized standard for social media. He started pushing out these tweets yesterday, December 11th. He set forth a number of challenges social media networks face in their operations, including a shift away from content hosting and removal to recommendation algorithms, directing users' attention and content that sparks controversy and outrage rather than healthy and informative conversations. So here is his tweets right here. You can actually see them. Again, this is the cool thing about technology in the year 2019 going into 2020, where you have multi-billionaires and CEOs telling you exactly what they think, and it's getting right here to the crowd. So you can see this on Twitter at Jack, of course, Jack Dorsey's Twitter. I wonder if his first at name was at Jack, or did he change it and then go to the guy who had it, was like, hey, I created a site, man. Tough luck. I don't know. I wonder how that worked. But you can see here, Twitter was so open early on that many saw its potential to be a decentralized internet standard like SMTP and email protocol for a variety of reasons, all reasonable at the time. We took a different path, increasingly centralized Twitter, but a lot has changed over the years. So I'm not going to read you the whole thing. You can take a peek of it at Jack on Twitter. but he goes into detail about, hey, the value of social media has been changing. We're facing different challenges that centralized solutions are failing to meet. Existing social media incentives have led to intention being focused rather than finding the content. He's talking about the new technologies that have emerged that allows for decentralization to actually occur. So, it looks like he's taking his time to think about this. There's a lot of tweets from him. You can see the article over on Cointelegraph. But again, he has already suggested the creation of a decentralized standard for social media alongside the development of an open community, including companies and organizations, researchers, civil society leaders, among others. Right now, Twitter is funding an independent, dedicated team of up to 5 open source architects, engineers, and designers. Dorsey further stated, quote, "It will take many years to develop a sound, scalable, and usable decentralized standard for social media that paves the path to solving the challenges listed above." Now, I will say, of course, there are already developers working on this. I know DLive, there's basically a DTube out there, decentralized YouTube. We actually tried using that platform, but of course, I won't say of course, it just wasn't ready yet. It was a lot of the back end technical stuff that still need to be worked. But DLive and DTube had been out. I'm not sure where that project is at right now. Of course, Steam was pretty good. I know they've been going through some stuff ever since the bear market started as far as layoffs and support because of those layoffs. But there was also a Twitter-like decentralized one out there as well. So there's a few that are already out there. They just haven't picked up steam yet. But I will also, from the business point of view, because that's just as important to look at as anything else in cryptocurrency, because it's all about money for some people. Jack Dorsey is smart for this. I mean, what other way to not only shake off all the competition, but to also see what's on the forefront? As I said, there are already other companies trying to do this decentralized social media, but to see what's coming next, and I will give that to him, clearly a leader in the technology space, with Twitter, but to see what's coming next, just like he saw Twitter was coming next, to see what's coming next again, which is decentralized social media, it's a win-win for him. First, it literally kills any type of competition Twitter to ever come about, because now he's like, oh, why are you trying to create another Twitter? Like, we're trying to go decentralized, man. So that just destroys any competition. So now Twitter is here to stay unless people stop tweeting. And then secondly, that next thing, if it is an open source software, whatever it is, if they're the one to either to develop it or, as Bitcoin Zay says, provide the shovels, then they'll be first in line to capitalize on the next big thing if it's open source or decentralized social media. So as a business person, this is what you're supposed to say. There's no reason. He's already a billionaire, right? He made his money from Twitter. He made it from centralized social media. It's now time to conquer the next forefront. So very smart play on his part. I'm not sure if this was the intended play. I wouldn't doubt it, because he is a billionaire. He didn't get there by just throwing darts at the board with his eyes closed. So great move by him. Jizzy Max says Steam UI, the user interface is terrible, same as day one. All right, well, there you have it. Yeah, Steam never really picked up steam, pun intended that time. And it's crazy. I remember toward the end of 2016, early 2017, they did have like a big push behind them. People were using it. Actually, Bitcoin Trade was one of the people who were getting a lot of people towards Steam, of course, during the infamous BitConnect build up. And I think that might have had something to do with it too. A lot of people who were using Steam were using BitConnect and getting their information for BitConnect through Steam type of deal. So maybe they lost a lot of volume in customers when BitConnect went down. But yeah, the user interface, I got on it before. I wasn't, it was too much. I won't say too much, but I just didn't want to learn it at the time. So it kind of pushed me away as well. All right, China's Bitcoin miners control 66% of global hash rate. Wow. It looks like China has been playing us. China's trying to make it seem like they have no interest in cryptocurrency. They're banning it, all this bad stuff, all this negative stuff. When in reality, they're the first country to create a CBDC now, and they control 66% of the mining hash rate. The country of China has literally displayed the entire world when it comes to cryptocurrency. And honestly, this should have been the top story of the day, but I know it's not as attention grabbing as Twitter. But again, let me repeat this. China is about to develop the first CBDC and they have 66% of the global hash rate going into the halving of cryptocurrency. This is crazy, people. It looks like Chinese Bitcoin miners are now responsible again for controlling as much as 66% of global hash rate. A new report claims China's Sichuan province is accounting for over half the global hash rate, according to a study by London-based digital asset manager CoinShares. Reuters reports December 11th. Again, this is coming out of the Reuters, people. Hash rate is a measure referring to the overall computing power involved in validating transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain. As reported, more power suggests greater network security as well as interest in the profitability potential of Bitcoin mining. So again, hash rate is how much Bitcoin can you mine, or if you think about it in terms of mining gold, how many people can you hire to go down to the mines or wherever they go to go pick gold, right? It's the same thing with this. How many computers, how much computing power, and then also they mentioned this in this story. This spike could also be caused by the sophisticated mining hardware. The last couple of days I talked about Jahan Wu and all his ASIC miners in China. Well, China has the first pick of all these different mining companies there who have all these hardware items that they only sell back to the U.S. one per person. So it looks like Chris Bendixson, head of research at CoinShares, suggested that the recent surge in China's hash rate is likely to be a result of applying more advanced mining hardware. He noted in the report that this is beneficial to the Chinese mining industry. If you are the first to increase your proportion of the hash rate, and you can do that before your competitors, that's generally good. So not only do they're the first to increase the proportion of the hash rate, but again, once the halving comes, it's going to be even harder to get that proportion of hash rate back. So once they have it, they're really going to have a tight hold on that. So of course, none other than Bitmain, as I just spoke about, Jahan Wu, apparently monopolizes the Chinese crypto market. It's being reported by Cointelegraph that Bitmain and Canon Creative are the top mining chip suppliers in China. Meanwhile, Bitmain appears on track to monopolize China's crypto mining market, as some reports claim the company accounts for 75% market share of the crypto hardware market worldwide. That is crazy. 75%. So, I mean, this is a good time to be in crypto in China, regardless of what the news stories may be saying. It looks like, it's becoming very profitable and becoming a very smart move to do business there. So we'll see how this shakes out. I mean, at the end of the day, China might not actually have any interest in crypto as much as they have in specifically Bitcoin from a strategic sense, just in case it does become a backed currency of some country or of the world. So they're definitely securing their future there. So Jizzy Max said, isn't Justin's son buying Steam? I'm not sure. I know if he did make an article of it, I would want to follow up on that because, of course, it could have just been like a marketing ploy to say he was. But I am not positive on that. But crazy out in China. All right, Binance is back in the news as they announced partnership with Paxful, enabling 167 fiat currencies. What? In fact, we used Paxful before too. Paxful is really good. Major cryptocurrency exchange Binance announced partnership with peer-to-peer crypto trading platform Paxful with an aim to enable the peer-to-peer platform as a Binance fiat gateway. According to a press release on December 12th, Binance users will now be able to use Paxful to buy Bitcoin with 167 various fiat currencies. This includes the Russian ruble, Vietnamese dong, Indonesian rupee, Nigerian naira, Colombian peso, British pound, Mexican peso, Canadian dollar, Europe, Argentine peso, everything. Binance CEO Champagne Zhao CZ, of course, spoke on it. He basically talked about how this is a significant partnership with fiat, of course, with Paxful and alternative fiat payment methods available on Paxful, including local currency bank transfers and some of the world's most popular digital wallets. But of course, the biggest thing is how he ended it, which is they're looking forward to seeing new possibilities arise by providing more fiat to crypto options to the mainstream. So you talk about onboarding. Binance right now is getting their onboard support together where they want anyone on the planet to be able to buy. Of course, you didn't hear the US dollar mentioned. I think they pulled out, but I don't know. But they want everyone around the world to be able to go on to Binance and purchase Bitcoin or cryptocurrency from them. So This is great for the mainstream. It's great for onboarding, and it's only going to bring more people over to crypto. And last but not least, VC firm Andreessen Horowitz announces instructors at free crypto school. And the list of names is pretty cool, little drawing. The list of names are a list of rock stars, as you could say. Venture capitalist firm Andreessen Horowitz has shared a list of instructors for its free 7-week crypto startup school scheduled to launch in February 2020. They announced that experienced entrepreneurs, builders, investors, and experts, as they say in the crypto and blockchain industry, will coach students by sharing lessons they learn, bring new project ideas, and share information to help them get started in the cryptoverse. The list of crypto startup school instructors includes general partner at Andreessen Horowitz's Chris Dixon, professor of computer science at Stanford University, Dan Boneth, and Brian Armstrong, CEO and co-founder at Coinbase, among others. And of course, right now, Andreessen Horowitz are saying that it will not take payments from students as it aims to accelerate the development of existing blockchain-focused projects, as well as to encourage more talent to join this sector. So that's really cool to see. The rest of this article just talks about some of the other places we've seen blockchain education pop up, so you can read about that on Cointelegraph. But shout out to Andreessen Horowitz. Here we go. Free crypto school. I mean, the names you have, you have computer scientists from Stanford. You have Andreessen Horowitz, general partner, and Brian Armstrong. Again, as much as we give Coinbase a hard time, that's the platform, not necessarily the business person behind it. So at least not from a point of business, from the industry, that's a different story. But Brian Armstrong, one of the first people into crypto as well, one of the biggest exchanges out there, Stanford University, computer science professor, general partner, a few others they have all for free. I mean, that's a great opportunity. So I can't wait to hear about when this actually happens and the attendee feedback. Let me go ahead and go to the actual announcement. Yep, this is the announcement under their press release. So pretty cool. Oh, here's some other names. Okay. Josh Williams, co-founder and CEO of Fort. Balaji Srinivasan, angel investor, entrepreneur. We see you got some investment partners, founders, CEO founders. All right, yeah, so nice little list of names. Oh, this will actually be a good name too. Brian Brooks, Chief Legal Officer at Coinbase. I would love to speak to him or hear him speak about the regulations and the laws that are just popping up overnight and how they're dealing with that. So a lot of good names on here. So you can check more of this out. I'll put this link in the chat box, of course. And you can check out those names and see how you can possibly be a part of it. Other than that, that is the news for today. What's going on? Cryptonomics was goody. Sergeant Crypto said, what's up with some cryptic coin? All right, for the free cryptic coin then. We haven't done cryptic coin in a while. I usually let Bitcoin Zay and Shannon do all the logistics for that. But for the free cryptic coin, we'll give some out tomorrow. The question of the day will be, leave a comment on that first article we covered. Which one was it? The NYDFS to update bit license term for the first time in 5 years. They're giving everyone until January 2020 to comment. Go ahead and make your comment now. I'm pasting that link in the chat box. And paste your comment in the comment box after this video. And the best answer that you sent over to the NYDFS will award some cryptic coin too. So yeah, that would be a fun one. Let's see what some of the emails that get sent out. What do we have here? And as always, thanks for watching, people. You can check us out again tomorrow, Friday. Make sure you smash that like and share, and we will see you then. Cheers.